Hello book lovers, and welcome back to my little corner on the internet. I'm Kiki. We are nearing the end of October, so it is time to pick out my TBR for the month of November, and I'm so excited. I am going to do the picker wheel method again because that was actually a lot of fun last month, and it seems to tend to get me to read books that I potentially wouldn't necessarily pick up otherwise. So, we love that. There are a few books that I want to read in November. So I will probably see if I spin it 5 times again and see where we get to. If there's one on there that I really want to read, that would be amazing. If not, I'll just have a bigger TBR, that's fine. But yeah, before we jump in, please let me know if you have a physical TBR or just like a TBR for the month of November. Honestly, that is it. We need to just get started with spinning the wheel. So let's do that. I have added a book to it because I got Before We Forget Kindness, I think last month. So now it's 300 books. Although it's not 300 books on my physical TBR anymore. So progress, but let's do the spinning. It's spinning. I also I feel like I've randomized it a little, so it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. But it's like 120, 400, no, not 400. Okay, starting with book 20 on my physical TBR is A Tale of Two Cities. I mean, why not? A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I have been saying to myself that I really want to get more into some nonfiction. So why not start with one of the biggest that I have? Okay. Hey, you know what? Why not? Putting that to the side. And I'm going to do all of my, putting it into my Notion later. Remove choice. And yeah, that threw me for a curveball. Why did that have to be the first book? If it had to be a classic, why couldn't it be I don't know, The Scarlet Letter or The Picture of Dorian Gray? Those are itty bitty, especially in comparison. Number 45. An Atlas of Tolkien. You know what? We can actually do that because I've come to realize that I'm doing the thing. Because I've come to realize that I will probably not even read these. And so I can actually check it out. I will also, hopefully, will have read the Lord of the Rings trilogy by the time I pick that up. So, you know what? That's fine. I'll put that on there. And then if I do end up deciding that I'm not going to read them, I'm just going to have them look pretty on my shelves, I can DNF all of them. So, yay. We love that. Okay. Remove choice. Okay. That's actually not a bad start. Also, going back to A Tale of Two Cities, have you read it? And is it worth it? Because I'm 16. What happened? Why are we in such low number territory? Because classics honestly scare me. I've been wanting to read these, but they just scare me. I don't know. Okay, number 16. What is number 16? Edinburgh. Okay. Oh, honestly, this is working out wonderfully. If I could find the damn book. Oh, it's behind there, isn't it? No, it's not. What is happening? I thought I knew where every book was. Did I move them? Oh, I think I moved a couple. I think that It's actually in the front row. This is Edinburgh, A History of the City by Michael Fry, and I actually have a video planned for this, so that's gonna be fun. Let's see. What is this collection so far? Like, what? But you want me to read number 16, so I'll be reading number 16. Is it spinning? It wasn't spinning. So, can we get some like fantasy in there? Because if not, my TBR is gonna be massive. 143, there we go. Now that sounds hopefully better. 143. Beraubte Magie. Oh no. No. Look. I really want to read this. But I have to reread the first one first before I can read this. Because it's been a good... So this came out 2 years ago. So the first one probably came out like 3 or 4 years ago. And that was when I read it. You know what? I'm gonna put this on, and I'm gonna put the first one on, and I'm gonna see if I can read both. If I can only do the first one, that is fine, but I will try my best. There also seems to be a theme going on here, like with blues and greens. Like, what is happening? That would already technically get me to 5 books, so I'm gonna not remove the choice in case I don't get to it, because I do have to reread the first one. But let's spin one more time and see what it lands on. Oh, it's going to be another... Oh, no, it's not. No, it is. I shouldn't have randomized it. Okay, so in the first video, we were all up in the high, like, I don't know, 200s or in the hundreds, and now we're all down in the, like... 25. Apparently, I got my wish. What? The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Why? Oh my god. Okay. Let me grab all of the books that I know I also still want to read in the month of November, just because I want to. And then I will show you all of the books. There's gonna be a few, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Okay. I'm gonna do this real quick to like let you know what the picker choose for me. That is not what I would choose for myself, like at all. At all. I cannot stress this enough. But there might be some DNFs in there. So, you know, that's fine with me. Okay, I'm gonna grab all of the books, and then we will see how many books I end up having on my TBR. I mean, last month I read like 24 or 25, and then this month so far I've read like 15-ish. So I have the time. Okay, so I'm gonna show it to you like in my hands first, and then I'm gonna change the angle so I can like put them on my card and like talk about the books for just a second. For some of them there won't be that much to talk about, others maybe a bit more, but let me, oh my god, grab them. That is apparently my TBR. Okay, so let me put them on the card. Let's see if they fit on the card. That's a whole other question. It fit on the card, and I could put my plant so it looks pretty. Okay, Also, ignore these. These were technically books that I had decided for myself that maybe I want to read before the end of the year. But honestly, leaving it up to chance, at least partially, like makes it a lot more fun and engaging for me as well. I hope this is somewhat engaging. But honestly, let's get into the books that I will hopefully be reading in November. Honestly, let's start here. Oh well. So I've got The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew. And I'm gonna read the first few sentences of the blurb because honestly, it sounds so cool. Delaney always talked to the dark, but now the dark talks back. Delaney Myers Petrov is tired of being seen as fragile just because she's deaf. So, when she's accepted into a prestigious program at Godboll University that trains students to slip between parallel worlds, she's excited for the chance to prove herself. And then there's still a lot more to go, but just those first sentences sound so cool. And also, like, given that it's the darker time and it's like we're getting into fantasy land, it's just like perfection. I'll put the plan later. Then we've got a wheel pick, and that would be The Witch Queen, The Rise of the Witch Queen, my bad, Beraubte Magie by Verena Bachmann. And as much as I want to read this, I have to reread The Witch Queen and Fesselte Magie first, because I remember it slightly, but not enough to probably understand what happens in this one. There is technically a third book as well, but I haven't bought that yet. I'm sorry, Verena, I really love the first one. Okay, but I have too many books that I want to buy, that I buy to like buy a book that I'm just like, yeah. Well, we'll see. I'll probably get it after reading the second, so. Okay. Let me see what's going on. And it's obviously about like witches and stuff. I think there's vampires in there as well, but I can't remember. Then we've got Edinburgh, A History of the City by Michael Fry. This was a book that I bought while living in Edinburgh for my master's, but that was in the midst of COVID, and so I was only there for like 2 or 3 months before I went back, like I moved back home, because they lured us in with the promise of hybrid studying, but then COVID was still too prominent and everything was online, and I was like, I'm not paying rent and everything here when I can just live at home and do it all from home. I honestly don't know if I even really want to read this. It's been on my TBR, but it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, now that I don't live there anymore, I'm not sure I really want to like know, especially because I just saw this. It said something about the Bronze Age, and I'm like, I know it's a history of the city, but I don't need to know that much, so. Then we've got 2 books that are going to be that's going to be a lot of fun for me to read, and that would be A Tale of the Two Cities by Charles Dickens and The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. That's just 2 classics. This I think is going to be a lot easier to read just because it's shorter than this. So yeah, we'll see. I am scared of classics. I'm not 100% sure why. Probably because I read Frankenstein like a year ago or so, and it took me a month to get through. But yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I honestly need to get through these anyway, so that's gonna be fun. Then I've got The Stolen Heir and Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. I reread the Cruel Prince series mainly this month, I think, and I'm gonna reread The Stolen Heir all so I can read The Prisoner's Throne, because I started this and I realized that I remembered so little of the world, which makes absolutely no sense, because as I was reading The Cruel Prince, I was like, yes, I know this, but my brain just wouldn't, and now it's been so long that I would have wanted to reread this anyway, so I was like, yeah, I'll just reread the whole thing. So that's gonna be fun. I'm excited for this. I love Holly Black's writing, or at least like the Alfheim like universe. I don't know, like just the Cruel Prince series for me is a 5-star. Like, stop moving. Yeah, I love them so much. They bring me so much joy. Okay, and then I've got A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Hawley, which is the second to A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. And the main couple in this is sort of set up in the ending of A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. And I'm so excited for that because that's gonna be so much fun. And it's still, I might read this like around the 1st or 2nd of November, just because that's still close enough to like Halloween for like witchy stuff to like make sense, especially a witchy romance. So I'm really excited for this. I actually really enjoyed A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. And then the last 3 books would be, actually let's do this, The Two Towers and The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. The plan is to read The Return of the King now, sort of, like before the end of October. And then as a companion, An Atlas of Tolkien by David Day, which honestly, this is the best one that the picker wheel could have given me because I can actually read this one. Because, first of all, oh, I love that there's like chapters. There's like all these pretty like illustrations, and like the writing is actual writing, but it's relatively short, honestly. But now I'm actually excited for this. So that's my TBR. Yay. Please let me know if you've read any of these and if you loved any of these and if you think I should prioritize one over another. I just realized that there's technically only one German book on there, which is fine. I don't read that much in German. I've also been reading the same German book for like a couple of weeks now. Because it's just so much more difficult for me to like read in my like mother tongue and my first language and the language that I've spoken basically since I've come out of the womb. I did not start talking right away, right? But like, it makes no sense. But yeah. Ooh, this is exciting. I'm excited for this. Okay, but thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please consider giving it a thumbs up and maybe subscribing. If you want to know if I managed this, you'll have to come back for my November wrap-up. And if you want to know what I've read in October, that will probably be posted next week. There might be an addition to my November TBR if I don't finish a book that was on my October TBR. That will then be moved to November. But that will be in my October wrap-up. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. Bye!